Hello students, I hope you understand previous video. Today we will see next point, features of microeconomics. The question are on this point is explain the features of microeconomics and what is the features of microeconomics. So we will see first features of microeconomics. First, study of individual units. You know that what is meant by microeconomics. Microeconomic is the study of behavior of small individual economic units like as individual price, individual firm, individual household, etc. For example, microeconomic study the economic behavior of particular household, individual firm, individual industry, etc. Particular. So microeconomic is the study of individualistic economic units. Second point, price theory. What is meant by price theory? You know that microeconomic is primarily concerned with the price determination of goods and services as well as factor of production. That means land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. Therefore, microeconomic is known as price theory. That means microeconomic deals with the determination of the price of goods and services as well as factor of production. So it is known as price theory. Third point is a partial equilibrium. What is meant by partial? Partial means isolated. That means it is isolated an individual unit from other forces and studies its equilibrium independently. That means microeconomic isolated individual economic unit from the other force and economy. It analyzes the equilibrium position of individual economic unit such as individual consumer, individual firm separately, etc. Therefore, microeconomic analysis is a partial equilibrium analysis. Fourth point, based on certain assumptions. Microeconomics brings with the fundamental assumptions. That means others thing remaining constant or others thing remaining same. Ceteris paribus, such as perfect competition, laissez-faire policies, that means government policies, pure capitalism, full employment, etc. These assumptions make the analysis simple. For your information, full employment, pure capitalism, government laissez-faire policies, these are assumptions, and all this is not seen in the economy of any country of the world. That means others thing remaining constant. In economy there are perfect competition, there are laissez-faire policy, there are full capitalism, and there are full employment in economy, right? Understand? Next point, slicing method. Microeconomics splits the economy into small individual economic unit and then studies each unit separately in details. Thus it is said that microeconomic use slicing method. That means it splits or divided the whole economy into small individual economic unit and then study each unit separately in details. For example, when we have study of individual income out of national income, then second, study of individual demand out of aggregate demand. Suppose we have study income, that means only income, we say individual income, then out of national income. Next point, use of marginalism principle. The concept of marginalism is the key tool of microeconomic analysis. The term marginal means change brought in total by an additional unit. Marginal analysis helps to study variable through the changes. Producers and consumers take economic decisions using this principle. What is meant by marginal? Marginal means only one unit add total production. And what is the effect on total production? For example, suppose 10 chair is 100 rupees. That means one chair is 10 rupees. Then what is the concept of marginalism principle? In this total production, that means 10 chair plus 1, that means an additional unit, that means 1 unit. Total unit or total production is 11 and rupees is 130, that means 30 rupees is a marginal price, and this concept used for producers and consumers take economic decision. Next point is analysis of market structure. Microeconomics analysis different market structure, perfect competition, monopoly, oligopoly, monopolistic competition, etc., and describe how prices and quantities are determined in different markets. That means in pure competition, monopoly, oligopoly, monopolistic competitions, there are different prices of commodities. So microeconomics analysis is different market structure. And last point is limited scope. The scope of microeconomic is limited to only individual units. It does not deals with the nationwide economic problem such as inflation, deflation, balance of payments, poverty, unemployment, population, economic growth, etc. Microeconomic only individual economic unit, and these are whole economic unit, and its study is a macroeconomic study. Microeconomic not study this. Microeconomic study individual economic units and not the whole economic. It does not deals with the nationwide problems like as unemployment, inflation, deflation, poverty, balance of payment, situation, economic growth, etc. So microeconomic scope is a limited scope. Okay friends, we will see next topic, importance of microeconomics. That means the importance and usefulness of microeconomics. First point is, or first important is price determination. Price determination explain how the relative price of various product and factor are determined, and further explain why price of these various product and factor are found different. Also, it explain the process of allocation of resources for the production of various goods and allocation of total production among the various consumers. In simple words, microeconomic explain how the price of different product and various factor of production are determined. For example, price of cotton, cloth, rice, car, and thousands of other commodities are determined. Second point is a free market economy. What is meant by free market economy? A free market economy is that economy where the economic decision regarding production of goods, such as what to produce, how much to produce, how to produce, etc., are taken at individual level. That means there is no interference by the government or any agency. Third point is foreign trade. That means microeconomic is helpful in international trade. It explaining various aspects of foreign trade like as effect of tariff on a particular commodity, determination of currency exchange rate of any two countries, gains from international trade to a particular countries, etc. In other words, many aspects of international trade, like effects of tariff, determination of exchange rate, gain from international trade, etc., can be explained with the help of microeconomic analysis. Next point, economic model building. Microeconomic builds simple model which help us in understanding complex economic situation. Development of various terms, concept, terminology, tools of microeconomics analysis is variable. Development of various terms, concept, terminology, tools of economic analysis is valuable contribution of microeconomics to the science of economic. Next one, business decision. That means it help businessman in decision making. Microeconomics, the knowledge of price of theory is useful to businessmen in deciding policy regarding the prices of cost of production, investment, attainment of maximum productivity, etc. Also, with the help of microeconomic, the businessman can be estimate demand for his product. Next point, useful to the government. It is useful government in framing economic policies. Microeconomic analysis is useful in determining tax policy, public expenditure policy, price policy, efficient allocation of resources, etc. And last one, basis of welfare economy. Microeconomic examine the condition of economic welfare. It explains how best result can be obtained through avoidance of wastage of resources. So, microeconomic analysis has great theoretical and practical importance. Here are some students have a question. How does the microeconomic is helps to determine factor of pricing? Factor of pricing means theory of factor pricing. That means it explains how wages, rent, interest and profit are determined. That means we can't fix those prices of factor of production. Microeconomic work to explain how commodities price are determined. So theory of factor pricing explain labor getting wages, land getting rent, capital getting interest and entrepreneur getting profit. I hope you understand this video. Thank you.